Okay. Alright. We'll try again. Okay, just wait for people. Okay, there's somebody. A few people. Okay, here we go again. Alright, we'll see if this works better. I'm not touching anything or anything. There's nothing. My hands are nowhere near the mic or anything like that, so pardon me. Okay, so you can use your situation for good. It's all about changing your perspective, no matter what situation it is. Physical pain, mental pain, and whatever. So when we talk about healing the trauma, we're looking at changing our beliefs and our thoughts about the trauma. And when we change our beliefs about it and our thoughts about it, we are healing it, because we're coming from a higher perspective, so that we actually we use it in a more positive and experience it in a more positive way. Okay, so this is really important to do moving forward. So if you're, I'll just give another example. Just say someone was burnt in a house fire, and I know someone is watching this or will be watching this. I know someone knows somebody that has been burnt in a house fire, because it popped into my head. So when that happens, it's like a reading type thing. So you take someone that's been burnt in a house fire, and say they got 50% third degree burns, and their life is an absolute living hell. It's a misery. They can't go outside because of what people will say and how people will look at them. And yet they do go outside. They do stand tall and walk proud, because they know that them shining their light is going to assist others who probably don't have half as much problems as what they do. And they know that if they can go out and other people see them walking around, being confident, not being afraid to show their experiences, then they too can deal with their own experiences. Then they too will be able to shine their own light. So it's not always about how you deal with it. It's about inspiring others to deal with it also. And this is why I'm very vocal and very open with my experiences, because I know that even though a lot of people don't comment, if I share one of my experiences, it will resonate with someone and inspire them, or give them the courage to do the same. Maybe not vocally, but do the internal work themselves. So when you want to heal your own trauma for your own self without inspiring others, what you want to do is look at it, really look at it, look at your beliefs about it, look at how you're dealing with it, and change it. If it's not suiting you and it's not working and it's making you depressed, change how you look at it, change the beliefs about it, and you will find that it not only the situation decreases, but your ability to deal with it increases, and you don't even notice it as much. It doesn't become a major part of your life anymore. So it's an extremely simple procedure, very simple in theory. It's a lot harder to do because we are so conditioned and programmed. Okay, so it really is simple, but it's harder to get out of that programming. And when you can start to make those changes, you will feel it. Okay, you will feel the change within you. You will feel the difference, and it will be extremely noticeable to you. And others will go, "Oh, you're feeling better." It's like, well, I actually still feel the same, but my life is better because I've actually changed how I see it and how I experience it. So therefore, it's not a major part of my life anymore. It doesn't mean healing trauma and doing shadow work and everything. It doesn't mean you're ignoring it. It doesn't mean you're bypassing it. It means you've changed the beliefs about it and the way you experience it. So it's still there. It may still be there, or it will probably still be there, but it doesn't own you anymore. because you've changed your thoughts and beliefs about it. Does that make sense? I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but it's all tied in together. When you really look at it, it's all tied in together. And it's really important to, and this is pretty much with everything, but definitely healing trauma and doing shadow work, it's really all about changing, looking at and changing your beliefs and your thoughts about the situation. I did a reading for a lady here a couple of months ago, and she had been sexually assaulted a few years back by someone very high up in the Australian police force. And she was going through court and everything, and of course, you know, the police and courts looked after this police officer, and the entire 2 hours I was sitting there talking to her. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why me? Why can't he just apologize? Why? And I tried to explain to her that it's done. She's not going to get the apology. You know, she's not going to get what she wants because she's craving it. She craves something that Spirit is not going to give her, because this is her experience to learn how to deal with what happened rather than living as the victim. Okay, so this is just one example, and I hate to say it, I'm glad she's not here anymore. She was a nightmare. But it shows how, by staying in that victim mentality, how it can totally run and destroy your life. By simply changing her perception about the assault, she would have, you know, she would have moved forward, and she would not be in the same position, and she would be living a fairly decent life instead of addicted to drugs and alcohol, trying to numb and suppress the trauma. So this is where healing from a belief perspective is vitally important. Okay, does anyone have any questions on that? I know we lost the questions from the other part because we had to do it again, but if you've got any questions, I'll just change my hand. Okay, so we've done those two, done those. All right. Okay, we got a few things there. Okay, no questions. No. Okie dokie, we will move on. Okay, remembering our divinity and origins. Okay, this is a big topic. It's a really, really big topic. And it's one that I usually don't get into much, simply because you are source energy. You are creation itself. You are everything. Where you came from source. You always have come from source. You've just had other incarnations on many different planets, many different dimensions, whatever. Okay, so where you come from is source. Divine source, God essence, whatever you want to call it, creation. Okay, you are the one consciousness of creation. I like that term, the one consciousness of creation. And it's really important to try and not fall into the trap of I am Pleiadian, I am Venusian, I am this, I am Arcturian. It's really important to understand that you are source energy, and you've had incarnations on many different planets as many different beings, many different timelines, and all of those experiences are happening in the now, because we know that there's no time. Time's just a human construct. There is a form of time, but it's a vibrational frequency, apparently. I'm still trying to get my head around the whole time thing. So, okay. So, try not to get stuck on where am I from, or I'm this and I'm that. A lot of people, and I understand this from the human consciousness point of view, a lot of people say I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm a healer, I'm this, I'm that. You are everything. Everything. Everybody is everything. It's just some are more sensitive and more intuitive than others, simply because they're on a different vibrational frequency. It doesn't mean, if I say I'm an empath, It doesn't mean I have special skills. It means I'm on a different vibrational frequency where I tune in to those particular spiritual abilities. Okay, if I say I'm psychic, yep, so are you. Everybody is. Even mass murderers are psychic. It just depends on what vibrational frequency. So everyone's intuitive, everyone's medium, everyone is this and everybody is that. So try not to get stuck on labels, okay? But labels are something that humans identify with. We're moving away from those labels, okay? So we're moving into frequency, and understanding and knowing that everybody is everything all the time. And so we're moving away from the labels. But if you choose to put a label to your title, or a title to your label, whatever you want to call it, then absolutely go for it. But just know that we are actually moving in a direction where if you label yourself, you're limiting yourself. So if I say I'm a psychic medium, I'm limiting myself, I'm putting myself in a box. If I say I'm me, then I've opened myself up to, everything, because I am everything. So just be aware of that, okay? And when you say I'm Pleiadian, which is the most common, what you're saying is I'm Pleiadian. That's it. I'm Pleiadian. No, your source energy, who has had Pleiadian experiences, Venusian experiences, Arcturian, Martian, reptilian, probably draconian, probably this, probably that, probably every other thing, plus ants, plus an ant, plus a horse, plus a dog, plus this, plus that, blah, 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 blah. So you're never this or that, okay? So try not to fall into that trap. Today you can bring through and have more of the vibrational frequency of the Pleiadians, or bring through those memories of having a Pleiadian experience. Tomorrow you might be bringing through more of your reptilian experience. Okay, so each day, each mood that you're in, each situation, you will bring through the different vibrational frequencies from the different races that you've had experiences as. Pardon me. I'm very connected to horses because I know that I've been a horse in another lifetime. So I feel very, very connected to horses. So it's it really depends on what frequency you use, and what you're in, because your moods will change your frequency, and your frequency changes your moods. So you bring through the frequency that you resonate with at that time. Today Pleiadian, tomorrow reptilian. The next day someone says something to you, so you bring out your draconian. You'll bring out everything that you've experienced, and it's perfectly fine. Okay, remember, at the moment you're having a human incarnation, a human experience. So it's okay to stuff up. It's okay to want to put yourself in a box. It's okay to want to label yourself. This is all part of the ego of individuality, of wanting to be recognized, of wanting to be seen as something. And unfortunately, humans have been put down for so long that we want to see ourselves as not really part of the collective. Most of the time we want to see ourselves as an individual striving for something, because we have been put down for so long, and that's okay too. That's absolutely fine. This is the school, this is a human experience, but just remember, you are not a human, you are not a Pleiadian, you are not a Venusian, you are source energy, you are creation itself, you are everything. But if you do want to try and remember some of your incarnations, I was going to say incantations then, that's a bit, okay, if you want to remember some of your incarnations, the best way to do that, I would suggest reading the different traits of the different races. And if you're just starting out, this is really easy. Just go online and have a look at the different traits of the different races, and if something that you read really resonates with you, really draws at your heart, and it's like, oh my god, that's it, that is one of your incarnations. Okay, because it sings with your soul, or sings to your soul. So you really want to listen to how you feel when you read something. And this goes for all information, not just this little exercise. So if you're reading and you really feel something, or you know the hairs on the back of your neck or your arms stand up, or you get that tingling feeling, then take notice of it, okay? Because chances are that's your spirit telling you, yes, yes, yes. We've had experiences on that planet or as that race. Another way, meditation. Ask the universe. Ask your higher self. Can you show me? Can you tell me? Can you give me the feeling? Can you send me signs? Okay, and spirit will hopefully oblige. Hopefully. I won't go into my case, but hopefully oblige. So always ask for guidance. Always ask for guidance, and spirit will give you guidance. May not be the guidance you want or expect, may not be how the guidance you really want. You may get some guidance that you don't want, but be honest with yourself. Be open to it. Okay, be really, really open to all different kinds of experiences. I know some wonderful people who have been draconians every single lifetime that they've had, and now they're human, and they're the most beautiful people. You know, beautiful, loving, high vibrational people. So if you get the feeling that you've been reptilian or draconian or something, you know, take it on board. It's like, okay, that's fine, it's just an experience. Okay, we don't need to panic. Oh my god, no, never, not me. That I cannot be a draconian. No. It's like, yeah, you can. Some draconians are beautiful people. They're not, you know, they're not the evil human-eating monsters as what many people make them out to be. Some of them are very extremely high vibrational, loving beings. And yes, they do eat meat. So do we. We're not monsters. Well, some of us are monsters, but you know, us as a race are not monsters. And it's the same as the Dracos and reptilians. So really important to understand that. And if your guide is telling you you are even a mantis being, you know, just be very open to it and not judgmental about it. Okay, because once you judge yourself for being a particular race that you don't want to be, then you're judging the experience and you're judging creation itself. And it's really important not to do that. Okay, really important not to do that. So, pardon me. Okay, you guys are very quiet today. I'm just going through, watching. No comments. You're all so quiet. That's okay. Oh my goodness, everybody's quiet. Okay, hang on one second. The camera's going up and down, up and down. This is never ending. Watch. Oh my goodness. I think it's just looping around. Yeah, I think it's just looping around. It's just saying everybody's watching. I don't know if anyone's commented. I can't see it. It's just watch. I can't see any comments. Anyway, all right. So yeah, don't get stuck on your where you've come from, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter where you've come from. What matters is what you do now. Okay. Try not to live in the past. Okay. This just occurred to me just now. A lot of people live in who I was. Okay. You change every single second. You're flying through billions of potential realities every single second, and you have the ability to determine who you are going to be, who you want to be every single second. So choose it. You do not have to be the same person now as you were when we started this video. It is totally your choice, and you can make that choice within a split second. Okay, literally within a split second. You know, I don't want to be that person anymore. I always say one of the examples I give is if you were given a speeding ticket and you take it to court, okay, because you know you're a different person now. That was not you when you got that ticket. You were behind the wheel, but that person doesn't exist anymore, because since you got that ticket, you've changed who you are so many different times. So you don't have to pay that ticket because you weren't driving, because who you are now is not who you were when you got that ticket. Okay, there's just a quick example when we talk about choosing who you want to be, or who you want to how you want to be, what experience you want. Okay, so use the parking ticket. Yes, I got a parking ticket a month ago, or speeding ticket a month ago. I don't have to pay it because I'm not that person anymore. I'm changed. That person no longer exists, so who are you charging? Not me. Okay, so I learned that from Bashar. He gave that to me when I said, how? Wait a second. What do you mean I never rode horses, I never competed horses? He said, well, you're not the same person. I said, I am the same person. Don't give me this rubbish. What kind of witchcraft are you trying to teach me? And then he gave me that, and I'm like, now I understand. He's like, you idiot. It's like, yeah, that's me. Okay, so use the speeding parking ticket to remind yourself, I'm not that person anymore. I'm constantly changing and evolving. And this is especially noticeable with your friends and family that you haven't seen for a while. They say, oh, you've changed. It's like, yeah, I'm meant to. We're all meant to change, you know. So take it as a compliment. Okay, when people say, oh, you've changed, like, yeah, I have, haven't I? So all good. Okay, so we'll go on to the next thing. I want to leave some more for the second half. Oh, okay. Portals, travel, etc. I'll just quickly go over that because there is not that much to talk about with portals and travel. There is, if you're scientific and if you understand a lot of science, there is a whole lot to go over that. But yeah, science is, yeah, no, I don't do the whole science and maths thing. That's not me. So portals and space travel, okay. The easiest way to travel is astral travel, and we do that in our sleep all the time, every night. We wake up when we're sleeping, okay. I'll put it this way: when you're awake, as you are now, your spirit is dreaming that you're having an experience, okay. And when you go to sleep, your spirit wakes up and ends the dream for the day. I think I said that wrong. When you go to sleep, your spirit ends the dream, and then when you wake up in the morning, your spirit continues the dream. Okay, hope that makes sense. Hope I said that right. Okay, so while you're asleep, your spirit is actually off having a great time. Now, remembering that your spirit never ever leaves the spirit world, even when you're awake. Okay, it's only a small part of your spirit that is focused on this lifetime that you're having and is guiding you. Your spirit is everywhere all the time. Okay, always in spirit, always in having other incarnations, always doing multiple. Talk about multitasking. They're doing everything all at the same time. Okay, so your spirit never leaves the spirit world to come into your body. Okay, you've always got a connection, but your spirit's always there in the spirit, as well as connected to you. Okay, so that's the easiest way to travel. If you can remember and get yourself to astral travel when you want to, fantastic. It's amazing experience. It's so much fun. The next way, the physical travel, okay, is portals. Okay, with portals, we as third and fourth dimensional beings need technology to open portals for us so that we can travel. But when you get into the fifth density, not dimensional, density, so the physical density, you can open portals yourself, and you can, as long as you know have the frequency, the vibrational frequency of where you're going, you can tune into that, open the portal, and step through, and away you go. Kind of like the movie Doctor Strange, very much like the movie Doctor Strange, actually. Most of the beings use cupboards and squares as portals. So a doorway is a great portal, opening of a portal. You can use, you can land in the middle of a forest or start out in the middle of a forest, whatever. But when they're going from building to building, they tend to like to use doorways, cupboards, closets, those sorts of things. It's easier to get those portals to step through. I know good old Seth, one of the Venusian, Seth in the Bible, Seth the Egyptian god, same Seth. He opened a portal in my mum's cupboard, and as he stepped through, he forgot to duck and hit his head on the top of the cupboard, and woke the whole house. It was quite a bang. And sometimes with portals, you can step through too early, or a little bit late, and that creates like the sound of a firecracker, which is very startling. It's very unusual sound. I've experienced that many, 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 many times, and your heart misses a beat. When you're doing the portals yourself, so for fifth dimensional beings and above, there's pretty much not any injuries that happen. They're pretty experienced at doing it. When they're first starting out, they can get a couple of injuries and everything when they're first learning to do it, but they're very experienced in doing it. So sometimes they're just rushing and leave a leg or put a leg or an arm through a little bit quick, and that creates this huge bang, this huge sound. When you're doing portals or portaling with technology, you can get injuries because the portals, while they're stable, you have to go through very specific ways, and you need the field around you to be clear. So I remember, I know that I've done gone through many portals, but the one thing I do remember, and this resonated so much with me, is I was watching Emery Smith talk about portals, and he, being a field medic on a team, he said you have to go through, and this is in the Air Force portals, the Air Force part of the secret space program, you have to go through, they've got like a white or a yellow line on the floor, and you have to literally follow and not step off that line, because if you go left or right, then you're going to touch the edge, so you're going to touch that field, and you get burned, radiation burned really, really badly. So they haven't really perfected it in the Air Force part of the secret space program. On Venus, it is absolute common practice, and nobody even thinks twice. It is so simple. Extremely advanced technology for the third and fourth density beings, and the fifth density, they just open portals, and if they're taking someone, it's like, just walk through naturally, normally, it's not an issue. So technology portals are a lot more complicated than the portals that the fifth density beings open up. They're really, really easy and simple to use, and when you're in that density, very easy to create, but it does take a bit of time and focus to learn how to create them, which we are moving towards. But we will be getting, I don't know when, I don't know if portal technology is going to be part of the technology released along with the medbeds. I have no idea. I don't have any of that information whatsoever. But we would be getting technology at some point, portal technology at some point, and not only for us to walk through, but to drive through, for trains, for spaceships, whatever. The other kind of portal is space travel. Okay, so again, it's vibrational frequency. You punch in the settings on a manually controlled spaceship. You punch in the settings for, you know, the dimension or the universe or the planet or whatever you want to go, and that will open a portal there. It's a lot more complicated than that, but I'm giving you the simple version because that's the version I know. I don't know the technical version. And you come out the other side and away you go. This is how they can travel, you know, from say Venus to Earth in 7 minutes. It's portals, and since Venus is not that far, 7 minutes from Venus to here, something like 8 minutes to Mars, and 4 minutes to the moon, something like that. It's really, really quick. They can circle Earth in less than a minute and a half. You know, go around the entire Earth in less than a minute and a half. So really, really, really great stuff. And you can open portals to another universe. It's not that opening portals to another universe is regulated, very regulated. You know, not everybody can just go, oh, I'm going to go to another universe and open a portal for my ship and my crew. It's very, very regulated, because a lot of universes are like parallel universe, so you can do a lot of damage. Again, Doctor Strange is the perfect movies to watch, 1 and 2, especially 2 if you're talking about the multiverse and things like that. So it's very, you know, it's very dangerous. It can be dangerous to open a portal to another universe, and that's why it's regulated a lot. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think we'll leave it here, unless you've got questions, which I can't see. Anyway, I can't see the questions, if there are any, or comments, because it just, I'm scrolling and it's like the same names just coming up watching. So we'll leave it here. We'll have a 5-minute break, okay, and I'll go through the comments, okay, in that 5 minutes, and then we can discuss anything if there's anything there, because I can't see them. And then we will start part now 3 because we've got 2 parts. So we'll start part 3. Okay, so go take a drink and go to the bathroom and do whatever you need, and we'll see you back here in 5 minutes.